So what are we doing today, Chantal?
We're getting tattoos.
We're getting tattoos
in Vegas.
In Vegas.
Oh.
We've been stuck on this flight for a little over 2 hours now, and I think it's going to be another couple hours delay. I've definitely missed my connecting flight already, and because I have such poor service down here, I can't contact the travel agency that I booked it through to cancel my connecting flight, or at least change it. So I'm kind of just stuck right now. So, update, we were informed that the plane has also... Hold on. Whew. It's been about 3 weeks since I've really picked up a camera. Sorry, I know that story kind of cut off. Hi, Tyson. You have to see this. I know, buddy. Do you want to be in it? Do you just want your face in it? All right, so I'm back on the road officially, and I'm back in my SUV camping. When I got back from Mexico City, I just knew that I really needed a break. I had family coming over from Taiwan that was visiting, so I wanted to be present in the moment. And then I've just been at home mostly, kind of spending time with family, resting, because I definitely got a little bit sick from Mexico. You know, my body just doesn't adjust well to the food, and I probably drank too much water. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just waiting for the wind to die down. I don't know what it is about being back at base camp, but for some reason I just find myself not at my most creative when I'm sitting still. But I did go on a small adventure. I've gotten really into harem pants and schoolie palooza. I think I look fabulous, you know, for a Sunday outing in Vegas. What? So Chantel came down for the day. She brought Joey, and my parents watched him while Chantel and I went out downtown. We went over to Fremont Street to hang out during the evening and just explore and do typical Las Vegas activities. We also went to this tattoo shop. I think it's called Sacred Heart Coolsville Tattoo. Okay, so we're about to do something kind of crazy today. I'm joined by Chantel as soon as she stops walking ahead of me. So what are we doing today, Chantel?
We're getting tattoos.
We're getting tattoos
in Vegas.
In Vegas. Now this is a little bit different because we're getting $10 tattoos. I'll explain in a bit, but let's go inside and take a look. They have these $10 tattoos. They actually have several different categories. They have $10, $20, $30, and $40 tattoos. We got a tiny little mushroom tattoo. I got 2 tattoos. I got a flash tattoo on my ankle, which is the little mushroom. It's the same one that Chantel has. We both kind of got the same thing. And then I also got a little dinosaur on my right arm. And that is kind of like an inside joke between me and Bunny. If you've seen any of my PNW videos from last summer, we had this running joke that everything kind of looked like Jurassic Park. We got really obsessed with dinosaurs for some reason. And so I got the dinosaur tattoo to kind of represent that. And I just thought it was really cute. And since it's not my first tattoo, it's just kind of at this point, I'm whatever, right? Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this. And then we kind of explored downtown Fremont Street. We went to Nacho Daddy, which was very delicious. They had these scorpion shots. You can just order a shot, and then for an extra $1, I think you can get little scorpions in it. So I'm doing shots with these random people over here, but this is unique because there's a scorpion in here. So I don't know what Wow, that's very scorpion-y.
Just drink it.
Just drink it? Okay, here we go.
I've eaten many other bugs before in my life. Like I've had ants and crickets, and I'm pretty sure I had a grasshopper. Oh, I've had bees before, and now I can add scorpion to the list. Unfortunately, when I was doing this shot, because it was kind of a big shot, it got stuck a little bit in my teeth, so that was kind of gross. But honestly, it didn't really taste like anything, so it was just kind of a cool gimmick. While I was in Vegas, I also went to a tiki bar with some friends. That was kind of fun.
Oh, it's a shark. I get it now.
So let me finish that plane story. Let me tell you what happened. I was physically on the plane. What airline? It was Aeromexico, right? And I was supposed to fly to Houston and have a short layover there, and then from Houston back to Vegas. It was raining really bad. I thought it was weather at first. We just sort of sat on the plane. We were still sort of at the gate for a little bit, and then we kind of pulled away from the gate, and I thought we were going to take off. Then all of a sudden I realized we just stopped. Nothing was really happening. We sat there for maybe 2 hours. All of a sudden the pilot comes on saying there's some mechanical issues with the plane and they were going to have people come to fix it. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the time and I'm just kind of freaking out because I know I have to make my layover. And then after another hour or so passes by and I realize oh, it's too late. Even if we were to take off right then and there, I don't think I would have made my connecting flight. So really I was just whatever, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what to do later. They couldn't even bring us to a gate, to be quite honest. They literally had to bring a ladder up to the plane just so that we could all get off of it. We couldn't even go to a gate because I guess it was late at night. I think at this point it was about 9 p.m. and all the gates were closed. They didn't even have somewhere, or the staff, I think, where we could go. So what they ended up having to do was bring one of those big ladders, so that people could just get off the plane. And then we had to hop on a bus to take us the short distance back inside the airport. They were able to book a flight for me straight to Vegas the next day. And because the issue was, I guess, mechanical issues with the plane, I was able to get a voucher for a free hotel night too. So everything kind of worked out. I just ended up spending an extra night in Mexico City, which was fine, I guess. So right now, I'm currently up Mount Lemon, I think it's called, in the Tucson area. Tucson right now is super hot. It's high 80s, 90s right now. I had to stay in town because I had ordered a package, an Amazon package that I needed to pick up. So I had to stay in the area until that came to pick up. But I didn't want to go camping in super hot weather. So I decided to go up the mountain and try to find somewhere to camp. And I found some really cool spaces. So, and it's beautiful up here. The air is so crisp. The views are amazing. So apparently, the very top of Mount Lemon rises to an elevation of 9,157 feet. Currently, where I am is 6,670 feet. I think last night I camped at 8,000 feet elevation. I don't know if you can tell. You can probably see the roof box. But I had to camp at this trailhead. Now, obviously, as I'm here, this looks like a trail right here. But I climbed up the teeny one that was over there a bit, and that led me up this way. So I went the hard way. Tyson and I did try to go hiking for a little bit, but the air, because we're 8,000 feet in the air, I had trouble breathing, so we could only go on a short hike, but that's all right. I did my best. It's kind of beautiful where I am right now. Just out in the middle of the woods again. just got done with Weird Wild West in Bisbee. It was actually the 1-year anniversary of where a lot of my friend group and I met.
I'm back, and I made it. And look, I'm reunited with all my friends.
I didn't film that much of it because the vibe was a little different this year. I mean, I still had a lot of fun because I was with friends, but last year it felt like it was a bunch of random types of vehicles, and this year, you know, it was mostly like storyteller vans or luxury sprinter vans. I just felt like you didn't see that many different types of rigs, you know, so it was fine. And for some reason, I was pretty allergic to the town. I did not stay for the entire event because I was just like dying. I was sneezing all the time. My eyes were watering so bad. Everything just like, my whole face just kind of swelled up, and I was like, it's time to go. Tonight is my last night here in Arizona. The weather's gotten just a little too hot and I need to go somewhere more comfortable. I'm also finally back to solo van life. My friends and I, we all kind of went our separate ways. I know Bunny's going back to Texas to fix her van because if you've seen her videos, she got in a wreck, and so she's got to get that fixed. And I am going to be heading up to Utah, I think, because I don't know, I just feel like my heart is pulling me there. Last night was my very first night back to being solo for the first time in quite a long time. I'd been caravanning with different friends here and there for the last several months, actually this entire year so far. And so last night was kind of like a little bit scary. You know, I think for me, every time I have to like get back out there, it's always like, it takes at least a night or two for me to get used to things, but I slept great, you know, it was fine. I had no issues, so I think I'm good. I know a few of you had some questions about what I was doing in Mexico City, where I was staying. So I have a friend who, he's a nomad as well, but he's like a world traveler. And the way he does things is he picks a different country and then like rents an apartment or something, and then just kind of like stays there for 3 to 4 to even up to 6 months, just kind of immersing himself in the local culture and really just like getting to know the area. It's different than a regular vacation. You know, I've actually pretty well traveled. I've gone abroad many times. I've gone to lots of different countries. I've only ever spent like max 10 days at a place. So seeing how my friend did it, like I never thought about traveling that way, you know, and so my mentality on travel has kind of changed a bit. Like I used to think I wanted to travel to as many places as possible, see as much as I could see, but you're not really knowing the area, you know, you're kind of just like getting little tastes, right? And so I kind of feel like inspired to sort of do the same, maybe just like starting off slow, like staying like maybe a month at a time in a new place. So hopefully that's something I can look forward to in the future. All right, so some updates on where I'm going for the next, at least through the end of the summer, pretty sure. So for the next month or so, I'm going to be traveling around Utah, or at least that's the game plan. I'm planned to hit up Moab for sure to visit the Arches National Park, and then make my way down through Canyonlands and Zion, and we'll see what else I get into there. Who knows? The way I travel, I'm kind of just like, I like to have an open schedule, just kind of go where my mind and heart feels like, you know, and then after that, back to Vegas because I booked a flight to go back to Chicago. So for those of you that don't know, I'm originally from Chicago. I've been there most of my life. I've got some friends and some activities planned for my time in Chicago, so I can't wait to share those adventures with you. And then after that, I'm going to be caravanning with another friend of mine. You'll probably see him on the channel later. I'll be spending the summer up in Canada. I'm really excited for that because I got my passport, and so now I just want to like go somewhere, and especially during the summertime when it gets really hot, I think it'll be best for me to go as far north as possible. I'll be spending most of my time kind of like on the west side in British Columbia and Alberta. I definitely want to go see Banff National Park and Lake Louise and all that. So if you have any like tips or anything or recommendations, please leave a comment below and let me know where I should visit, especially like food places to see, beautiful hikes I should take, interesting experiences. I'm up for anything. I've only done just a little bit of research so far. I'm really, really excited for this trip, and I'm really excited to take you guys along.